Hey guys, what's up? Carter here. Well, I posted that video about doing some hard use with the Paramilitary 2 and what you guys thought as far as if I should do it, and if so, some ideas that you'd like to see. And I would say overall, most people want to see it. You know, there's a bunch of different categories. Some people said, no, it's stupid, don't do it. That was the smallest category, you know, don't destroy a knife and you know, don't ruin something that pretty and stuff like that. And then other people said the same thing, but then they said, but I would like to watch it. You know, I wouldn't do it to mine, or I'm not going to condone it, but I'll definitely watch it, be interested in it. And then some people just flat out, you know, do it, see what it can handle. I want to know if I can risk my life on it, or, you know, what sort of use it can go through and things like that. I didn't get a whole lot in terms of ideas of things to do, except for I think one commenter is the only one that actually said, you know, here's some ideas I'd like to see. Some of them I had already kind of planned on doing. Some of them I hadn't really thought about, but I think they're a great idea. But needless to say, what I am going to do is, you know, just start slow. I'm going to post a video, which is this video, doing some cutting, because actually I have a lot of cutting I need to do. So I'll just do that, and then I'll post that video, see how that goes. Maybe I'll do another one where I take things a little more extreme. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I'll just see how it goes. But for now, this is going to be just a basic cutting video. I would like to do this starting off factory edge, but unfortunately I have been carrying this and EDCing it. I have cut some cardboard, paper, little food prep, you know, general EDC use. So I tested it on some magazine paper, and it didn't do so hot. It didn't do bad, but it didn't do great. So I took it and I ran a quick strop on it. Definitely sharpened it up a tad. I mean, it's not, you know, ridiculously crazy sharp, but you know, sharp enough for this test. And I think it's about what it was factory. You know, that little strop kind of, brought it back to where it was. It's kind of, and it's hard to cut paper on camera like this, because normally I would want to hold the whole sheet up flat, but I have to kind of bend it in order to, yeah, freaking A. And it doesn't like to cut that against that grain. It's kind of funny how that works. Let's do that real quick. So if you're cutting with the grain, see how it slices right through, all nice and good. If you try cutting against the grain, look at that. It goes from like slicing like pure butter to, you know, not quite. Can't even get it started. Then we'll go with the grain again. Slices right through. Let's see if we can get some. Get kind of some S's, not really. Anyways, this isn't a see how it cuts paper. That's just to show that it's, you know, it's fairly sharp. It's about factory. Spyderco's actually are not the sharpest knives out of the box I've ever dealt with, and I think most would agree. They're more than adequate, but I'm just saying, as far as being that just stupid sharp, usually they're not. Usually they're, you know, just that good regular EDC sharp. Mainly it's because they kind of have quite a bit of grain to their edge. And one thing that is surprising, you know, I by no means know a lot about sharpening at all. You know, CJ Davis 882 about that. But one thing that struck me as odd with the Spyderco is I got it and it would shave hair, and yet, you know, if you run your nail across the edge, it's pretty grainy. You know, it's not a super fine edge. And the actual grind marks are quite toothy, and yet it is still super sharp. So, and it's sharper than, you know, some of the mirror edges I'll do myself. And, you know, this kind of crustier edge is actually sharper. But anyway, so what I'll do is let's go out to the garage where I have all my cardboard to cut through. I'll cut through all that. I was also thinking about maybe cutting some styrofoam just for fun, and coming back here and seeing how sharp it is after that fact. Alright guys. Okay guys, here we are in my garage. I wasn't lying when I said I had a lot of cardboard that I need to... This is going to be a lot. This is a lot a very, very thick cardboard. In fact, I don't even, look at that, I don't even know if doing a cut test after is going to matter, because I have a feeling this is just going to shred this blade to nothing. In fact, it may actually not make it through all this work, and I'm not going to cut it down into little tiny pieces, but I'm going to cut it down to a manageable where I can fold it to put it in my garbage. But I'm not going to put all this on camera, guys. It would just be me with my butt in the camera trying to angle around all these boxes and stuff. So what I'll do is just leave it here, and then I'll come back with kind of the general sizes that I got it down to, so you can get kind of an idea of how many cuts were made and stuff like that. And I was thinking about doing maybe some stab tests too on multi-layered cardboard. Trying to go through that, see how it does, see how the finish holds up against that. It's got a little oil on there, but finish is pretty much 100% for the most part. So, alright guys, there we have it. All those boxes, that's just some junk over there I don't have room in my garbage for. All those boxes have been brought down to this pile here, and then that piece right there for the next test. Like I said, this is a pure utilitarian purpose. I'm not cutting these down to minuscule size just for cutting tests. I literally needed to get these down to a size that I could actually deal with, whether throw it in the back of my truck or put it in the garbage. But I figured, you know, let's do something a little more out there while I have all this cardboard. Let's do some stab tests. First off, I did lose some tip. I know. What a shame. That was due to my own stupidity. Well, yeah, I did get a little chip. If this damn thing would focus. I did get a little chip on the tip. It's not too bad though. But yeah, that was just due to my own bad cutting skills. So what I figure I would do is let's do some, this isn't working. I can't hold this thing and stab at the same time. It's only going through one layer. Maybe this will work. Sorry guys. This is ridiculous. Let's try 4. Okay, so this is 4 layers. Went through there. You know, and this is probably about as hard use stabbing as I'd ever expect from a knife like this. Lock's holding up perfect. It's going nice and deep. I can already tell you though, this edge is trashed. I mean, I don't think this thing will cut through printer paper now. And this kind of gives me an interesting conclusion as far as taking down boxes with knives. But let's go back inside where we can talk and look at things a little. Oh, there's a drop test for you guys.